Hey everyone, it's Jeremy here, your coach. And today's video is about help. I can't stop crying as I sit here and smile while I say that. This is something actually that, as I read the question that someone has related to this, it's something that is that I've grown to appreciate this year is the pain and growth of tears, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I want to read what this person asks about how they say help. I can't stop crying. And here's their statement and their question. And they say, I can't stop crying and I'm not sure what is going on with my emotions. Even little things on TV make me tear up. I'm just having a really difficult time not crying. Is there anything you can do to help? Well, first off, there's probably some things that this person has left out in their situation, but let me just outline some things here for you, and that will hopefully help you. So the first thing I would look at is look at your emotions as guides, as an internal guidance system for you. Don't be so ready to dismiss tears or any other emotion. Now granted, if you're feeling very angry and like you're gonna hurt someone, if it involves disrupting someone else's life in that way, then of course you don't want to let that happen. But in this case where it involves tears, don't be so quick to just think, oh, I need to stop crying because something's wrong with me. I would go on the side of there's probably not something wrong with you. Your own body's internal guidance system is telling you something, that there's something important to you, and this is a very good thing. And so think about flying an airplane without any guidance systems or any indication of where you are. It's just kind of dangerous. And so this emotion of crying that you're experiencing is a good thing, and chances are you're feeling very affected by something in your life. You said even things on TV make you tear up. Or I remember when I was in high school, when I broke up with my first serious girlfriend, I cried really hard for about a week, a few weeks, and then it was a few months afterwards where I had like aftershocks from the experience where things would just make me cry, whether it was something sad on TV or anything. And it was because I was so tender from the breakup of my first serious relationship with a girlfriend, and so I was able to identify, oh, that's why I was crying. For you in your life, if you look back on the last few months, there's probably something, or maybe there's something in your life that you haven't admitted to yourself or talked about with someone that you need to, that just makes you feel like crying. And these experiences are usually difficult, traumatic experiences, like a breakup, like a death of someone close to you, like someone being a bully or saying something mean to you. These kind of experiences are very difficult experiences and can cause tears. Now the second thing I want to say is your emotions are clues. So if you've ever played the game Clue, the board game with Clue, your job in that game is to figure out who the culprit was in the murder, who it was, where they did it, and what weapon they used. And it's a really good game, and you spend the whole game just trying to narrow down using the clues that are given during the game. So your emotions are like that. They're clues. Don't dismiss those emotions. For me this year, my emotions and crying even are something that I've embraced. When I feel like crying because something's hard, I feel tension build up in my body. You can kind of feel like a sense of tension in your body and the need to just release that tension. And the more you fight that, the more you just have tension build up in your body, and that's not healthy. And it's okay. You should just let it out. Get a pillow and just cry your eyes out in the pillow if you need to, and keep doing that over and over and over. as I've done that this year, I'm a coach. I'm here talking about things to help you, and I myself cry. It's okay. Things happen that kind of suck sometimes, and I've let myself just cry and cry. And the interesting thing is, as I've done that over and over, it becomes something that happens less and less as I get it out of my system, and you start to find a way to move on. Ask yourself, why do you think you're crying? Start asking your mind questions. What is making me cry? Why do I feel sad? Is there something that happened in my past that could be making me want to cry? Are there certain things that make me cry? Start to challenge your brain to start to come up with an answer to why you're crying. And it may come up with an experience or a certain thing that you're passionate about that makes you cry. Maybe you cry when you go to PetSmart and you see all the cats in their little kennels. Maybe that makes you cry. Don't know. That's up to you to figure out. Look at a small child. When they feel tears, they just let it out. I've got 2 small kids. When they're feeling sad, it doesn't matter where they are. They could be out in public. They could be anywhere, and they just, they let it out. And then they get it out, and they're good. And then they're like playing minutes after that experience. So go ahead and let the tears flow. It's okay. Release this emotion as often as you need to. Eventually, it'll lessen as you get whatever's happening out of your system. I wrote an article called The Pain and Growth of Tears on my website. Very raw, and I wrote it right after I had an intense experience crying. And the crying and the writing of that article was very therapeutic for me to get the crying out of my system. So cry. It's okay. Get it out of your system. Just be the tears. Feel the tears. And you'll feel better as you do this. So this is Jeremy, your coach, saying, if you want help that you can't stop crying, don't worry about stopping crying, however you say that. Don't worry about that. Just cry and let it out, and eventually you'll get past whatever's making you cry. And you'll be stronger for it. You'll have learned about yourself, and you'll be more awesome than you already are. Thanks for watching.